So it is now official. The United States is entering into a war against Iran simply because of the fight and the tensions between Israel and Hezbollah. Now today I want to address what's going on, but breaking news, we just learned that Iran launched a missile attack on Israel for killing a Hezbollah leader. That just happened just a short time ago. We are just now getting some very important information, but keep in mind the United States has sent 3,000 troops over to the Middle East. We also are getting reports of military aircraft and warships in the area as well. So the United States is bracing for what could actually be a war with Iran. Now I'm going to break all this down in just a moment, but all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now let's begin. So we have known about a potential war because of these increasing conflicts with Iran, with Hezbollah, with Hamas, right? Even the Yemen Houthis. We also got conflicts with Russia because of what's going on in Ukraine. We got issues with China because of what's going on in Taiwan. Now, this is important to note. Iran launches a missile attack. Okay? I want to show you some clips. Look at this right here. Okay? Look at what's going on.
Okay, guys, we got to get off the roof. These are coming down right next to us here.
People are leaving the area because of these strikes that are hitting so close to them. That is what we're facing. You want to see an even scarier sight? Look at this right here. Again, this is happening. This is over in Israel. Okay, over 400 ballistic missiles are hitting the area. That's what's happening. Okay, now I wanted to show you that so that you understand what we are facing. Iran, they launched their first wave of missile attacks against Israel. According to experts, they say this is going to continue. We learned when these attacks were first happened, about 30 to maybe an hour before that, we got we learned, we had many reports that Iran was already preparing and the launch was imminent. It was just a matter of time. So within about 30 minutes to 60 minutes, Iran launched the attack from when U.S. officials found out this was going to happen. Now, how is the United States involved in this? Because Iran launched an attack on Israel. Well, who is the United States' closest ally in the Middle East? It's Israel. Israel is the one that the United States continues to back. We keep sending billions of dollars over to the area, whether it's going to Ukraine or it's going to Israel. Doesn't matter. We are sending billions of dollars. Now, look at this. Okay? Israeli forces enter Lebanon, sparking Hezbollah strikes. This is only going to increase the conflicts in the region. This isn't going to, bring tensions down. This is only going to increase tensions, increase the likelihood of a full-scale war. But the United States, they have officially entered this war. Look at this right here. It says U.S. military is bracing for a fight with warships and more aircraft as further violence grips the Middle East. Okay? This is what's happening. It says right here, Israel's killing of the Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah has put the Middle East even more on edge. Amid heightened tensions, the U.S. has been adjusting its force posture in the region. A powerful force of American warships and fighter aircraft are already on station, with more to come. The United States is stepping up. The U.S. does not want to see this conflict escalate. Well, based off the attacks that just happened today, I think they are far beyond an escalation, and we are right there at a war. And then look at this. It says the U.S. is sending a few thousand more troops to the Middle East to boost security. Okay. How much are they going to boost security? What is this actually going to do? Well, according to reports, this has other countries a little bit on edge. Iran is a little upset that the U.S. is sending more troops to the Middle East. Why do we need to be there? We already have about 40,000 troops in the region, and we're going to send about 3,000 more. Okay? So, a little bit less than 10%, but that's a pretty good number. Now, I want to read you a few things. Okay? Look at this right here. It says Iran launched a ballistic missile attack on Israel, according to the Israeli military. It says President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris met with national security officials at the White House to review the status of U.S. preparations to help Israel defend against attacks. Again, they're going to help them defend against an attack. It doesn't mean we are going to jump in and retaliate. The U.S. is not going to do that, according to reports, unless Iran attacks U.S. troops. Here's the problem. If we continue to send more troops into the region, all it takes is a miscommunication, right? A miscalculation of some sort, and a U.S. troop or a base could be hit. If U.S. troops are attacked, even if it was by accident, the United States would most likely need to respond. And if the U.S. responds and attacks Iran, this is where things will fully be blown out of proportion, fully be blown into a full-scale war. Look at this. It says the attack comes after Israeli ground forces entered southern Lebanon to attack the militant group Hezbollah. What we now know is that this is going to escalate even quicker. We are about, 35 days away from the presidential election on November 5th. Experts have been telling us for several months that if an attack occurs, it would likely happen within 1 month before or after the election here in the United States. We are about 1 month away from the election. Those experts seem correct at this point. Here's what those experts also predicted: that the U.S. would mistakenly step into this war. The U.S. does not want to be involved in a war. The U.S. does not want to send military equipment or personnel over to the Middle East, or more than we've already done, but they will. The U.S., according to reports, is going to make the wrong step, back the wrong country, and put us into this war. I'm not saying we shouldn't be backing Israel. I'm not saying we shouldn't be backing another country as well. But the U.S., according to these experts, is going to make the wrong move. And it all has to do with who's currently in charge: President Joe Biden, Vice President Kamala Harris. Those two, according to many reports, are not capable of making the right decision at this point in time, because they are so concerned about Democrats winning the presidency, the House, and the Senate. So we're going to see what happens moving forward. The one thing I can tell you is, according to many reports, this war has begun and the United States is now involved. So we'll see what happens moving forward. The one thing I can promise you is I will be here every step of the way, and I'll fill you in on all the latest news and updates. But as of today, that is what we know. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.